Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about composition of plasma membrane. First we are studying about chemical composition. Plasma membrane is highly organized, polyphasic and biologically active molecular assembly. It is formed mainly of membrane lipids, membrane proteins and membrane carbohydrates. Lipids are 25 to 80% by weight, proteins are 20 to 70%, carbohydrates are 1 to 10% and the excess water is 20%. Then proportion of lipids and proteins. Proportion of lipids and proteins in biomembrane is highly variable. In the myelin sheath of nerve fibers, lipids and proteins exist in the ratio 9:1. Membrane carbohydrates occur in greater abundance in eukaryotic plasma membrane than in prokaryotes. Then we are studying about membrane lipids, which is the component of plasma membrane. Lipids have a structural role and they constitute framework of biomembranes. They also form a permeability barrier to regulate the passage of substances. Membrane lipids includes phospholipids, glycolipids, sphingolipids, plasmalogens, sterols, etc. Phospholipids are the most numerous in membrane lipids. This is a structure of membrane lipids. Then membrane lipids classification. Membrane lipids are classified into four: phospholipids, glycolipids, sterols, and archibacterial ether lipids. Then we are studying about membrane proteins, which are the another component of plasma membrane. Membrane proteins are structural as well as functional molecules. Most of them have a functional role, while some serve as structural constituents. Functional proteins serve as permeases. Permeases are the carrier molecules, antigens, etc. Enzymes determine the functional properties of the membrane and mediate its chemical operations in an orderly manner. Permeases serves as gatekeepers, channels, and carriers in the selective transport of substances across the membrane. And the receptors and the antigens play an important role in cell recognition, cell interaction, and cell to cell adhesion. The amino acid residues of membrane proteins are polar as well as non-polars. In most membrane proteins, both these are present. Such proteins are amphipathic. In some cases, only polar amino acids are present. Such proteins are hydrophilic. This is a picture of membrane lipid. Structurally, there are two kinds of membrane proteins, namely globular and alpha helix proteins. Globular proteins are the most membrane proteins. They are large and massive molecules seen inside or outside the lipid layer. Alpha helix proteins span the whole breadth of the membrane as extended chains. These are the structures of that. Then the another component of plasma membrane, that is membrane carbohydrates. Carbohydrates mostly serve as a cell coat or glycocalyx on the outer surface of plasma membrane. There are two categories, namely the complex polysaccharides and the oligosaccharides. The complex polysaccharides found in encapsulated bacteria in the coating of connective tissue cells, and the oligosaccharides found in the membranes of other cells. These polysaccharides are selected by the membrane itself, so they don't covalently link with proteins or lipids. On the other hand, oligosaccharides remain covalently linked with the lipids and proteins, forming glycolipids and glycoproteins. Some of these glycoproteins bind hormones and thus serve as transmembrane message transmitters. Some others may serve as cell receptors and antigens and play a vital role in cell recognition and cell interaction. Surface carbohydrates are also important in cell adhesion. The outer surface of the membrane is negatively charged due to the presence of sialic acid residues and carboxyl and phospholic groups. This is the structure of a membrane carbohydrate. Thank you.